How are you doing? I hope you're doing very good, very good today. So, in today's lecture, we'll be talking about introduction to programming language. And in our last topic, we actually treated hardware architecture, we treated inputs and outputs. We talk about how computer process our inputs and give us our outputs. And we actually go into this hardware depth when we described or when we mentioned the RAM, we mentioned the HDD, we mentioned the SSD, the HDD, which is the hardware that stores data, which is the storage device. It is storage device, which is storage device. And we talk about the RAM that runs our data, or which the CPU sends data to whenever we open our programs. We talk about the GPU, which is the graphics processing unit, whereby when our game or whatever application we're running needed a graphics, it rendered our graphics to the screen, and through the help of VRAM, which serve as the virtual random access memory, which serve as the storage or temporary storage for GPU to run and access heavy graphics. When we want example, let's just use the same example we used the other time. When we play our games have textures, has a lot of materials, so they are stored in the VRAM, and GPU actually access those materials from the VRAM. Though it is the CPU that process everything, that all those components, it is the CPU that process it, because it is the CPU is the central, like it is the boss. So CPU is the brain of the computer that access everything, that tells every component what to do. And it is just like the major part of the computer is the brain. Just like human brain, it's also just like the way our brain is us, just the way our brain it is to us. Okay. All right, so now in today's lecture, we'll be talking about introduction to programming language. And moreover, there are a lot of like this lesson now, this topic now. C++, or let me don't go into C++. Example, let me just try and bring this into the clarity. Most of us want to become a software engineer, and it has different field. Example, maybe I want to go for game development, and you want to become a web developer, or you want to become iOS developer. You want to develop your iOS just like Windows, Linux, or you want to build your iOS, or you want to develop any kinds of framework. They are actually specific, suitable programming language for every development. You don't just go to programming language and say, oh, I want to become this and let me just speak this language. No, you have to understand that this is the language I need, this is the language I don't need, this is the language I need to learn, this is the language. And it's not possible you learn all the language. There are thousands of language, so you can't just start saying I want to learn this, I want to learn, just because you want to know the language. It's not possible. Or is it possible? You can try it if it is possible. Okay, so now today we'll be treating any types of programming or introduction to programming language. Don't let me confuse you guys. Introduction to programming language. So now the purpose of this lecture is for you to understand what to and what not to when you are going to your programs. As we all gather together to learn this programming language, we have purpose and we have been. So maybe this is just the stopping point from some people, or this is just the starting point for some people, and I'll try and bring you to the understanding of what types of programming language you need and what type of programming language maybe you don't need. So in today's lecture, sorry for taking your time. I just really want to, because this topic is very important. Before you go into programming language, you have to understand that yes, I need this. This is the programming language I need. This is what I need to learn. This is what I don't need to learn. So it is a very important thing you have to understand now. So now today we'll be bringing that to our knowledge. That is the introduction to programming language. So today, same thing. I'll be using PowerPoint, and if you have other application, you can let me know. But I'll be using PowerPoint today. Okay. PowerPoint. Good. And moreover, I'm sorry for the other time. For the last lecture, I used PowerPoint and create. Is it PowerPoint? No, I didn't use PowerPoint. Okay, now in this lecture, from henceforth now, I won't use PDF file. I'll use PowerPoint to save the project for you guys. Because in the last lecture, I used PDF to save the Word file. So from today's henceforth, I'll be using this PowerPoint to bring up the lessons in case you don't want to watch the video. So of course I'm already watching it. Okay, sorry. So in case you don't want to you want to check some documentation, so I will actually use PowerPoint. I think PowerPoint is more descriptive than the PDF file just type with the word. So I will try and create some graphics interface, so you can understand very well. And I'm sorry for the time. I'm very sorry. So now let me just go on. I said we are actually treating introduction to programming language. Okay, now I'll be doing some stuff I did in the last classes. Sluggish stuff. If I'm not correct, I don't think I'm correct. Introduction, yeah, to programming languages. Oh, I see programming languages. Is it language or languages? Language. Let me use language. I don't need to put languages. So let me make this a little bit. But of course this is good enough for you to see, and sorry for doing all this sluggish stuff. I want to make it look cuter than the last one. Okay, good. I like this one. So now today we'll be taking introduction to programming language. So first thing I want you to understand is like I am speaking English. It is language. I understand. So I want to bring it from the top of our knowledge. Yeah, or let's just say I want to bring it from the area of our knowledge down to the advanced level. So I will start from the language we speak. Example, I speak English, you understand me, and if you understand Spanish, thank God I don't know how to speak that. So Spanish is also English, it's also language. So, but let me just try and give you something that you guys will understand. Human language. So human language is just normal we speak. We have different languages, like in where I'm from, we have different languages like native language mostly. But let me just use native language, of course, native. We have Yoruba, we have Igbo, we have Hausa. So those people, they have their languages like that. So, but I won't really go there. Sorry for saying all this stuff. Say, doesn't matter. First thing I want to, the reason why I'm putting in, sorry, I said human being. Human language, I mean. Human language. So, first thing I want you to understand that I want to bring this thing from your knowledge, like from beginner knowledge to the advanced level. So I want to bring it from the top. You understand? You get that? Thank you very much. So now this is human language. Of course, human language is not one. It is there are millions of languages. I can't even say Spanish, French, a lot of language. I don't know. I can't be listening. We're not teaching language yet. Okay, of course. So now this is human language, and you understand language is the way we communicate, in order to give or pass information and to understand ourselves. I'm passing information to you through my language, through English, and you understand me, for you to attain something, for you to understand what I'm actually saying. So that is the purpose of the purpose of me speaking to you is for you to understand what I'm actually teaching you. So that is the purpose of speaking. So that is the language. I'm having my interface with you with language. So same as the computer. Before you can speak to a computer, so let's just bring this down to a very living level. Like, let's say computer is something that is alive, that is living, and you want to communicate with the computer. You have to understand the language of the computer before you can communicate with the computer. If it doesn't understand the language, you guys may have issue. Example, you're speaking Indian language. I don't know what language they are speaking. I don't know, India, whatever. So, and I'm speaking my country language, which is Nigerian. I'm speaking my language, and both of us are talking, and we don't understand each other. There's problem, there's confusion, there's great confusion. Things might occur badly, roughly. Anything I say, he doesn't hear. If I curse, if I make bad stuff, if I make good intention, he doesn't. If he or she also make the same thing, he doesn't. So now that is language for us. We have to go from the top parts to this lower part. Now we actually have human language, which is what humans speak. And then we go to computer language. So now I want to start going to computer language. Like I said, I want to bring it from the top, from the beginner parts to the advanced level part. So now I want to go to the next one. I want to say there's what we call high level language. High level language, very good. And I'll list everything and then I will explain. We also have middle level language, and we also have this high level language and middle level language are for computers, not for human anymore. That human language is just for you to understand that. I want to bring from the beginner's part, your knowledge, or I don't know if you're not even beginner, I don't know, just want to bring it from the top level. And we also have low level language, and these things I'm mentioning, they are computers language. Like, they are not computer language like JavaScript, or they're like group of language, like they are grouped all together. Like now there's a high level language, so they are a group of languages stored called high level language. If I say middle level language, so they are a group of language called middle level language. If I said low level language, they are a group of, understand? I didn't need to say that. So now we have machine code. Though I don't want to put machine language, not just machine code. It's okay. Machine code is very good too. That. And last not least, of course, this is the last, binary codes, the advanced. Okay, good. And let me try and explain this thing. Fine. I have copies of language, group of language. So I want to explain this stuff before you go into this specific language you are learning, or maybe you can convert if possible, for you guys to convert, and if possible for you to go through, it's okay. So I just want you to have very good understanding about programming language before you go into it. And most of us doesn't really know this. You just speak language and start learning, and no, you have to understand the purpose of the language you are learning. You have to understand very good understanding about every language you're learning. So now, like I said, I don't think I need to explain this again. Human language. Of course, you understand each other. So human language, okay, good. So now let's go into computer language, which is the high level language, middle, low, machine, binary. Good. So this high level language actually is a computer language which is easy to learn, simple, easy to learn, and it is very good for the beginners to learn. The reason why it is simple and easy to learn is because they have limits to the hardware. You know, we explained the hardware in the last topic. We explained how computers, how we run our programs and how it interact with each other by the CPU. But now, there are some languages that interact with the machine straight. Like, don't worry, go there. Don't let me jump. I don't want to jump. Okay, fine. So high level language, good. So this high level language, there are limits to the hardware part. Though they are still programming language, computer understand them, but they don't have real deep access into the computer, into the hardware. So that is just what high level language is. There are limits to the hardware architecture. They don't have full access, and they are easy to learn, simpler, and like friendly for beginners. They are very friendly for beginners. If you're beginners in programming and you want to be good in programming, or you want to be like, understand, you want to experience that kind of difficulty in programming language, you can just go for high level language. Good. It helps you. It doesn't? Sure, it helps you. Of course, yes. They all helps, but they have degree. So now this high level language this high level languages are no, should I put R? And I don't even need to start copying and pasting again. So this high level language Python. I'll mention that. I'll mention that first, because there was a day I saw Python code. Now I've learned C++ for a long time. Like I have learned. So there was a day I saw Python hello world code. I was just smiling. I was like, what the heck is this hello world or what? Like, how is it possible? Doesn't even run? Doesn't even take anything to run? I was so amazed, because the code is very simple. The language is very simple. Though I don't learn it, but when I saw the hello world language, I was so surprised. And I'll bring everything to you guys for you to see. I'll bring it to you guys. Don't worry. So high level language. So now I said Python. And can I even spell you? Python, a byte. Python is very dangerous. Don't go near Python. It can kill. So it can kill. Okay, we also have JavaScript. Most of us know JavaScript, of course. JavaScript is a very popular language. Very popular. And we also have Java to solve same things, high level language. We have Ruby. It's Ruby, yeah. We also have. Oh, I don't want to use Ruby. I don't want to use this one. I want to use some very popular. Of course, it's popular. Although we check it. What should I put there again? Oh, I learned this programming language. That is a level language. So easy. I learned it within a few months. So this programming language I mentioned here, though this is a new programming language, it is not really that popular like that, because it is, I think it's created on 2007 by Google. It's created by Google in 2007, so it's not really popular language like that. People don't really use it because it has limits to what it can be used for. So it's really used for Android, and don't worry, I'll explain that. I don't want to start jumping. So let me try and explain how the high level languages, how far they can go. So like I said, high level language are easy and simple to learn. They are friendly programming language for beginners, and they are also very powerful. No, don't just underestimate them. They are powerful. Python, very powerful. JavaScript, powerful. Everything there, yeah, they are powerful. So like I said, I'll tell you the reason why they are high level. They don't have full access to the hardware, and they don't really have full access to they don't have access to the hardware. Not even full access. They don't have access to the hardware. You can just communicate with the interface of the computers and give them. So we explain all those things as we proceed. So so I think, do you want to understand what can we use Python for? Okay, fine. You can use Python to create some, of course, to create a game. Of course, we all know that Python can be good. It's a very good language to create the game, to build back end for websites, also for Android and iOS, for desktop. You can use to create scientists, analysts, or stuff like that. You can use this a lot for things, and I might not really remember. The thing you can just check is, let's just use something to go and check. Okay, let's just go to Google. Google is there for us. Okay. What can I use Python? Okay. What can you do with Python? Okay, this is very good. I don't know how to construct. Okay, good. Now, yeah. You see, so we said web development is very good. If you are going for web development, you're good. Python is good for you. So data analysis is good also. So you can also check it yourself. You can find out yourself. So I won't be taking through all these things. So I'll just try and explain little parts so it won't take our time. So automation, you can also use for automation. Okay. So I won't really go through all these things. You can also use for machine learning. Those are very advanced. And you guys, so game development, I mentioned this earlier. And oh god, what happened? What's wrong with my browser? Sorry. My browser is very shy. Very shy. That's the, I don't know. Just goes up these days. It's very shy. What do we do? What do you use? Is it what do we do? What do we use? What do we use? Python. Of course. What do we use Python for? Of course. This thing is changed. See, we are still talking about the same thing, no? So now we have data analysis, we have web development, we have SEO, which is search engine optimization. Those things, if you want to know much about them, you can go through yourself and find out more. That is how you learn. You find out more yourself too. So we have blockchain, we have game development. So these are the things we can actually use Python for, and they are good program. It is a good program language for you to learn. And we also have JavaScript. So JavaScript is also a high-level language, and let me try and go to Google and change this thing to JavaScript. So Good. So JavaScript is same thing. They have definitely almost the same thing, except this web. I didn't see this app, mobile app before. But actually, Python can actually work on mobile app too, but I don't know why it's not put there. So now we have video game, we have web development, we have data virtualization, we have desktop application, like the application I'm using. Of course, this PowerPoint we can also use JavaScript to create it because it's a desktop application. You can use it for presentation, okay, to present some high sophisticated, in data world. I don't know, scientist world, of course. You can also use for animation. For you guys that want to go for animation, it's very good for animation. We also have server application. Good. So all these things there works on JavaScript, and so I don't know how many. And we also have Java. Java is also good. Java and JavaScript are not the same thing. They have this in both. Not the same thing. They are absolutely not the same thing. So now web application, we can use Java for web application. You can use it for data, big data technology. So all these things that are here. And embedded system, wow, this is very good. Embedded system, wow. So can work with the embedded system, very good, just like C++ too. Can also work with the embedded system. But anyways, is it? I'm coming. Is Java a oh my god, this is not what I'm going to. This is not where I'm going to. What am I typing? Joe, it does. Okay, now okay, it's high level language. I'm confused because when I see embedded system is actually going into the hardware part. So okay, good. Okay, Java is an high level language. Like I said, it's an high level language. So it doesn't. Okay, is Java is high level class based object oriented programming language that is designed to have few implementation on dependencies as possible. You heard that? It's designed to have few implementation dependencies as possible. So it is high level language, doesn't really take, don't need to understand the core of no mistake. I don't want to close it. So also I want to check this if it is low level, because I don't know if I'm sure then if it is low level or high level language. Then why did I close the browser? So Google is even low level. Okay, it's also high level. I was confused, like is Ruby low level or it's also high level. I'm correct. I was kind of doubting it before, but it's high level now. I'm sure it's high level languages. So I hope you understand what high level means. I hope you understand what high level, what we can use. And Drat is also Drat is actually used for application. I want to mention that before, so I said I want to say it. So it's actually used for web development, Android and Android and iOS. Sorry. I don't. Okay. Okay, let's try. Okay. Drat is an approachable, portable, and productive language for high quality application in any platform. So we can also use to create both for Apple. I'm coming. Transcript. Okay, good. Dart is a computer language used for creating software application. It is easy to learn and understand because it is simple syntax and structure. Dart is a object-oriented means focused on okay, good. It's used to build web, and this Dart really has kind of limits. This kind of limit doesn't really have much of complexity. So it's used for creating for web, mobile, and desktop application. These are three things majorly I really know about Dart because I actually learned it, and these are the three things I really know about Dart. If for creating Android, sorry, for web, mobile, and desktop, these are the major things I know about Dart. And let's go more. And here we find out middle level language. Good. So of course I'm coming. Let me bring you something. As I'm coming, I'll be bringing up something for you guys for you to see. So now here is I want to give you something for you to understand. You see how easy this stuff could be. Hello what? Why? I typed this thing because I want to have a very diagram of it. Very good. I want this diagram. I want this image. I mean, go. What the heck? Yeah, you can use anyone, but I like this one. It looks. Oh no, I don't want to use this one. I want to use. It's getting close to programming language. So let me save the image. Okay. Anyhow, just save. PNG anyhow. Don't worry, I'll use it. Now I have English. So let's go to PowerPoint and English. That's language. I want to import image or export. So what the heck? I should be able to insert image picture. Okay, good. I think I saved desktop. I use desktop for it. Good. Of course, good. Yep. This is exactly what I want. So now, of course, this is hello world. As normal human language. This is what you understand by hello world, and this is so easy. It is simple. We know that H is letter H. We know that E is letter E. We know everything here. Every component here is just normal English. And now let's go into programming language, and let's go into computer languages. And now let's start bring hello world from computer from the internet, and let's bring for Python. It's really very fun. Hello world for Python hello world. Come on, I don't want complex, just hello world I want. Okay, good. This is okay. This can do. No, I don't want this one. I want this one. Good. This is what I saw the other day. I can make me smile. What the? This is not. This is error. This is error in some languages. This is bloody error. It's error. So I save as whatever. Save, of course. Hey, where is this guy going again? No, I didn't want to go here. PNG. So why are you taking me to this place? I'm not going here. I'm not going. Okay, good. So insert the same thing we did. Insert to where's what we downloaded? Okay, this is fine. Wow, I love the graphics. Cool. Of course, you guys love it too. So cool, so cool, so cool. I don't want very big diagram. I just want something simple, good. Doesn't look fine again. So now this is hello world. This is a very simple thing. You can just open Pythons and Python's Python's word save integrated development environment. Oh my god, IDE. Also, I almost forgot this stuff. IDE. So you open. Though I'll explain what that means later on, and we can just open Python IDE, which is the environment where we can develop, where the code runs, how editors. Let's just say editors. Let me use editors. That would be example. So Python code editor. So you can just type this and you click on it and it runs and give you the output hello world. So this is the codes for hello world, and here we have middle level language. So I won't really go into these things deep, so it won't really waste our time. And here we have middle level languages. Middle level language. Yeah, this is gonna be a little tough, small. Fine. Middle level languages are language that are computer language that have access into the hardware and not. The reason why the reason why it's like this is because in the code there are some that it's wait, let me just try and reset myself. Okay, good. Middle level languages are not like high level languages, and they are like, it is just like these two here, this high level and those low level here. Middle level language can actually communicate with the hardware directly, and it's possible you cannot if possible you don't want to, depend on the application you are creating. If you don't want to communicate with the hardware direct, you don't need to. So it is a little hard and a little soft. It's simple. Let's just say it's simple. It's not hard. It's simple, of course. Very simple. It's not hard. It's not difficult. So middle level languages is sorry for saying it's not one. Languages that communicates either to the hardware or not. It is just depend on how you or what application you are developing. Maybe you are developing for a particular program to need the knowledge of the hardware. Example, maybe I want to create a iOS. So I want to create OS. I said iOS. I want to create OS. That's operating system. Like I want to build Windows, or I want to build Mac. I want to be so down. I need to understand the hardware, because like once you open your, you definitely understand the hardware, because Windows communicates with the hardware. So you need the understanding of the hardware. So now I have to understand the hardware. So you can also use middle level to create such a thing, because it's understand the hardware. And if I don't want to create something that doesn't need to understand the hardware, I don't want to go deep. I just want to create something very simple, some application that doesn't really take deep understanding. I can also use middle level language to create it. So it's just like in between high level and low level. That's this both knowledge of these two things. And these languages can be called language we are about to learn. Now this is C, the first C. I won't mention a lot. I'll just mention C and C++. That's also two things. So now we actually have C and C++. They are those languages, those two things are kind of tough as the other programming languages too, but they understand the hardware. And sometimes if you don't want to, like if you want to make it understand the hardware, like you need the language to understand the hardware. You want to build something really needs the knowledge of the hardware. Example, I'll bring some example later. So you can either use C and C++. C has actually been used to create a lot of a lot of software that we use these days. See, like example, this new laws, new laws OS operating system, it is built with C. Like most of the code written in, they are all written in C. Even Windows, most of the things, like most of the code, they are written in C. In fact, this is written in C. C and assembly language. These two things, so I'll go there later. C and assembly language, they are written in Windows. These two languages are very crazy. So they are written in C. So C is a very, very kind of sophisticated language. So most of the software we use these days that we don't think and we just use, they are all written in, most of them are written in C. Even the operating system we use, most of them, they are all written in C. And C++ too, they are also, because though C is actually used before it is being touched and being updated to C++, though C still exists, but it's just touched. Like if you check C and C++, they are similar, their codes are kind of similar, but they are different. They are not the same thing. They are similar because C++ is the advance of C, but C really understand the hardware. Like both of them, let's just say they both understand the hardware because they have the same functions, and this one just like supersede C by adding some new features to it. So that is, so now let's just use what we can actually use C for. I won't be giving you what am I doing here? So I don't need you anymore. I don't need you. Don't worry, those images I downloaded, I will show you the reason for me getting those things. Hello world for C. Good. Let me get this one. This is very good. See, it almost have Python prints F, but not really. Doesn't have, not that much like that. So this is where I'm going to. No. Oh my goodness, no. Not now. Hello world, not hello world. I want to type what we can use C for. What can we use C for? I don't want to go to text image. I want to go to text. So we can good. Very good. Very good. Now you see, system embedded is it's a hardware. It is closest to hardware. System embedded can be your example. Let's say your traffic lights is in system embedded kind of. Your drone is kind of can be under system embedded. Drone that goes that goes up, that flies around. You know, understand? Or this kind of little robotic stuff, they are all kind of system embedded. So now we have database. We are actually familiar with database. Example, maybe your example in Facebook, all your data, your names, your images, everything, they are stored in Facebook database. So maybe Facebook, sure, Facebook is using C. Of course, they will use it to store your informations. You guys are in Facebooks or you're in Instagrams or your WhatsApps or even WhatsApp stuff. They have it, or Google's they use C because they have to store. It is very good for storing, using to store database, for database specifically, and system programmer. It is used for system programming. So let me try and check a little more about this. It works to develop operating system. Good. Of course, we said this, and also here, for creating a system. Okay, good. Let me just don't go far. You can check it out yourself. So we have operating system here. Like I said, it is here. You are familiar with this image here. I hope if you can see it. It is new laws kind of icon stuff. So we have Android, we have iOS. So it is used to create all those kind of operating systems. We have games. It is very good to create games because in fact it is a very good language, specified language to create to focus game because it's have very good understanding about the hardware, especially for the graphics interface. But C++ is good for that. And text editors, example like Notepad. Of course, Notepad doesn't even. Let me use my Notepad. I'm coming. Let me use my Notepad. Notepad plus plus. It is a code editor, but actually doesn't really. I will explain those things more later. So C Notepad plus plus is a code editor. So this, maybe I want to edit my code and I don't want to run it, but I just want to copy. Maybe there's error in my code and I want to copy it and figure it out in this place, or I can just copy my code and paste my code here. But it doesn't really run code, doesn't work. Just really so code editor, just for code editor. So it is also a text editor. I can call it code editor. I call it text editor. Of course, it looks like text editor. So you can also use for create, same thing I opened here, and you can also use for creating compiler. Compiler, you guys might not understand what compiler is, but I will explain that. Compiler, I don't know if I should explain it now or later. Compiler actually is the sort of software that translates our languages, our programming languages to what the computer understands. Though we'll go there later. Okay, we will go there later. So let me just try. The compiler of many languages are developed in C and C++. You get that? This is because they are relatively lower level, and when compared, when compared, so when compared, sorry guys, sorry for taking a while. So it is usually used to create sorry this is because they are relatively low level when they are compared to others. And like we said before, I said C++ and C, they are low level, and they understand the hardware and more than other languages, more than the high level language, not more than other languages, still other languages that understand the computer that more than the C++ and C. So now it is, they understand they are relatively low level language. So now, and I said compiler are software or programs that translate our code. I'll explain that later, don't worry. Don't let me try and push everything here ahead. But compiler are, let me just try and give you a very basic example. Compiler are software programs that translate our programs from what we tell from our text editor to what the computer understands. Though we will still go there, don't worry. And we have graphics user interface, GUI. Yeah, very good. Graphics user interface is kind of software. Example like game software, they will definitely use C to create most of their their software, because it's used very high and sophisticated graphics impact. Example, GUI means, example, this exactly what I'm running as is GUI. It is graphics user interface. I'm actually working on graphics user interface. Like C now, this computer we are having here, our Windows, it is, yeah, whereby we can able to interact with the computer. So it is kind of features that give us interaction within human users and the computers. So this is just graphic user interface that we are actually having interact with. So it is this software, this framework is GUI. So this is Windows GUI. So let me give you more example about this GUI. Should I shouldn't. Okay, don't worry. That is not correct. That is not correct. I know that's why it doesn't kill me. It's not correct. I want to go to Google Jerry. Okay, good. So GUI and okay, let's try and understand. Okay. This is what I want to explain for you guys. What is GUI and versus UI? So, like I said, GUI is, it contains graphical representation images. Like I said, images that we can, or I didn't say image, but I said something we can interact with. So like we can interact with graphics that will give us access to interact. So images, animation, icon, like icons. This cursor you are seeing here is this kind of icon. So it is kind of GUI component. So icon stuff, you don't know what icon is. So etc stuff like that, they are graphics user interface. And we also have UI. So UI doesn't really give us it's not really graphics interface. It makes it okay, it makes it easy to use. It makes it easy to use for user. But when we talk about UI is not graphics interface. UI is just, it has non-graphical representation, like it is a command interface. And use example, let me just give example of this UI. Let's go to command prompts. Okay, I hope you can see this. This is a very good example. It's very transparent. I like transparent. I make this transparent. So example, let me just try let's just use something very what can I put there? Okay, let's just say help. Let's say help. So this is a command. This is the command. This is not graphics user interface. This is just text. If you are not really good, like you are not really good in your computer, you won't understand or how to use this safe. But of course, if you are not really good, if in fact if you are not really, you don't really know more about computer, if you just get to your computer and you have your graphics user interface, you have your images to interact with, you can actually interact with. But when you see this kind of stuff, it looks a little bit complicated for you to control and use. So they are GUI and they are UI. So I just want to bring it to understanding that they are UI, they are GUI, which is the graphics interface, which is the images, animation, icon, and there is UI, which is not graphics interface. So we understand that so later. More about that. This is just the basics, so we understand more about that later. And we also have application software. Of course, application software are okay. We have software engineer, we have game, they are mentioned here: game development, software engineer, game programming, data structure. So you can check more on these things on yours later. So let's look for C and so it's that's the same. You see, that's the same features. You have operating system, you have game, you have database, just the same way here. But compliance is not here. Compliance should be there. Embedded system, like I explained before, drone and stuff like that. We have library. It is used for inbuilt functions, performance, speed, and high mathematical. Okay. So you can, I'm coming here. It's saying something here. Many high-level languages C as the core of programming language, for instance, and several machine learning libraries use C++ in backend. You can actually, like I said, you can actually call C++ high-level language, and you can also call it low-level language because it depends on the language. It depends. Like I said, it depends on what you are building. Yeah, it will be known as low-level language. Of course, I'm coming. I don't use this one. If I use compiler, okay, so compiler is even here. Compiler, if I use compiler, it is known as low-level language. We see it the other time. Like, see, low-level language. You see it here. Low-level language. Low level. So if you go to this part here, you see something like, sorry, library. You see something like high level. So it depends on the application. You see high library. So it depends on the application you are building. That is when you use. That is when you can actually put C++ in kind of definition. But norms, it is middle level language. So you can either use it for high level or low level. So I hope we are going. So good. Let me try and print hello world for C++ or C. Let me use C++. Oh. I want image. Okay, good. Let me use this one. Should I use this one? I like using this. No, this is video. Okay, let me use this one. So save image as. What the heck? What the heck is wrong with you? Anyway, I don't need you. I don't know what this browser is going, and I'm not clicking the wrong key. So let me go back to PowerPoint, insert and picture and desktop and stroke. Of course, this is it. So you are seeing the difference. So you are seeing how it's getting a little bit more. So you see this code here is a little bit more than Python. So you want to write hello world to Python if you're a beginner. If you see this one, say, you know how this thing is very easy. Just one line of code. They are all saying the same thing. This thing is saying the same thing. Human language is saying hello world is still the same thing with this. It's still the same thing with this, but in different format, long and different from each other. So it's how deep they understand, like how deeper they are, like how long, like how long they are. That's how why the code understands the computer. But I'll explain that too. Coming. So we have low level language. Low level language. This is automatically low level language. It just understands the hardware. This language understands the hardware, not like other language they have. It's how you can write direct to the hardware. You can write your code direct to the hardware. So low level language is just, I'll just give you just one of it. Just assembly. It's called assembly language. Now either use assembly code or assembly language, anyone. Sorry, I shouldn't make this like that. So assembly language is low level language, and it understands the hardware. It gets very good understanding about the hardware, more than others, even more than C, even more than C++. This is just like understand. I will explain how this thing relates to each other. Let me try and give you a little bit of, or what we can even use assembly. If you are interested in learning assembly language, let me give you what let me go to what can we use assembly language. I know that spell is not correct. Okay, good. Well, sorry. Assembly language is used to like I said, assembly language is used to directly manipulate the hardware. It's like I said, you want to write to the hardware direct, you can use assembly language. Like it's directly write to the hardware. Like I said before, I said Windows framework is built with assembly language and C. So most of the things we interact, like the way we interact with our Windows, they are actually communicating with the hardware directly. And I will understand why they are not. I will explain why they are not. Why those high-level language are not really written directly to the written to the hardware. We'll explain that later on. But now let's try and understand what we have now. Assembly language is used to directly manipulate the hardware, access specialized processor instruction. So it gave straight certain instruction to the hardware, like it has full access to the hardware, or evaluate critical performance issue. So it kind of very kind of high intensive language that you can't just go there anyhow, and you must be determined. If you want to learn Latin, you have to be determined because it's really rough. It's rough. It's kind of rough. It's not like other language. So now let's say we have hello word for assembly language. See, okay, oh, come on in a language. The other time I saw that, I was like, oh, this is cool. Let me use this one. No, I don't want to use this. Let me use the precise. This is the precise name. This is not the precise image. This is not the precise image. This is not the precise image. This is the precise image here. Yep, this is the precise image here. Good. So now save image as. Okay. PNG. Good. So let's go back to our PowerPoint and get our image into our PC, our PowerPoint, and text. Good. My dear, hello world of this Python and hello world of C++ and hello world of assembly language, they are all talking about the same thing. This is about upcoming. See, if you check these lines of code, we have 1, 2, we have 1 to 56, and the same one lines of code of 1 to 56. See, the reason why this thing is long is because I will give you a very good example why this assembly language is this long, and they are also saying the same thing. Why this thing is very long. Okay, good. The reason why it is like much like this. Fine. Example, this is my dad. Not my dad, not my real dad. Not my real dad. This is my dad, and this is me. Me, I'm small. Me, I'm not this black. I don't know if my dad is black. My dad is not really black. Oh, okay. I'm not this black. I'm not that black. And this is my dad friend. My dad friend is also big like my dad, but my dad friend is color what? Let's just color blue. My dad friend is color blue. We mentioned this already, okay? Color blue. This is color blue. So this is my dad. This is my dad friend, and this is me. So we three of us are going outside. So three of us we are going, and someone asks me, how did I know this person here, which is my dad? I know this is my dad. Let me try and try something. This is my dad. This is dad. This is dad, yeah. This is me, and this is my dad friend. Dad friend, whatever. I'm not an English teacher. Dad friend, you understand that? Okay, good. Let's go on. So yeah, this is my dad friend, and this is me. So now both three of us are going on the way, and someone asks me, how did I know? Or so like, describe my dad. I should describe my dad. Oh, I should describe my dad. I know my dad very well. My dad is when my dad wakes up in the morning, he takes 2 steps forward, he prays or goes to the bedroom, brush. When he gets from brush, like the way I will explain my dad tells my dad will be different from the way my dad friends tell my dad. You know, I have a very wide knowledge about my dad. I know what makes my dad angry. I know what doesn't make my dad angry. I know what my dad loves to eat. I know what my dad hates to eat. I know how my dad feels when he's hungry, or I know when my dad feels when he's happy. I know when my dad, like, I knows every damn stuff about my dad. But my dad friends also know my dad, but not as the way I know my dad. They are different. No, they are different. My dad friends might not know what my dad really loves to eat that much. My dad friends might not really know deep how what my dad really loves to eat. Or my dad friend may not know what when my dad used to wake up in the morning. Like, my dad friend may not know what he like. There's some other things that, or what gets him really very angry. So all those things that I know is because it's my dad, and because I'm living with my dad, because I'm living with him. Even if my dad, even my dad friends have known my dad for more years, and I was born even before they have met each other, and there's a connection, there will be a connection with them, there's a blood connection within us, something like that. So now this is I'm actually explaining how computers and programming language related. The way this assembly language related to the computer is different from the way middle level language and high level language related to the computer. They have different understand, like deep. See, I have to write a lot of codes to know to give me hello world down here. If you check this in here, it all ends up in hello world. See, it all ends up in hello world here. Hello world. They are all still saying the same thing, but the way their knowledge is different. This, like, yes, now like I said, now this assembly code knows the hardware, knows the computer better than anybody here, better than middle, better than high level, because he knows him deep, just the way I am to my dad. And this is my friend, this is my dad friend, and this is my dad, or this is my dad friend, or not even my dad. This is just I never really know much. This is just my dad, my dad apprentice, or my dad a worker. So my dad brother might not know my dad that much, but you know that this person and this person, he comes to work around this person this time, so doesn't really know much about my dad. But the way friend related to apprentice is different now. Of course, friend, they have to mingle sometimes. So now let's say this is my dad apprentice, this is my dad friends, and this is me. I have a lot of knowledge about my dad. So you see, and the way my dad will treat me will be different from the way my dad will treat his friend. I'm different from the way my dad will treat his apprentice. So you just see the way this knowledge is. Because it's my dad, so there's a way he will relate with me. Connection, there will be some connection there. So there's this connection between us, because I understand him and he understands me more than anybody of his here, more than his friend, more than his apprentice, or more than his co-worker, any one of them. You know, did you get what I'm trying to say? So that is assembly language for you, and I think you get how assembly language works. So it's kind of a little bit tough. If you are kind of determined, you can actually learn it. If you are trying to build something that actually takes to deal with hardware, to write a lot of codes to the hardware, to write it direct a lot of codes to the hardware, you can actually learn assembly language. And if you are building a operating system, it will be very good for you to learn an assembly language, and that's gonna take a lot. You're gonna be you're gonna be a determined person. Very gonna take a very long way. And I think that is it. And machine language or machine code. Machine code is the code that is translated. Sorry, let me try and make this thing. The other time we mentioned compiler, I saw like C++ is used to beat compiler. Of course, yes. This language that you see here, if computer doesn't understand this thing that you see here, this print hello world that you see here, computer doesn't understand it. It is the compiler that translates it for us. The compiler that we can use C++ build. So it is the compiler that translates the code into the format that the computer can understand, which is machine code. So the code that it is translated to, it is called machine code. and it is kind of format that you cannot learn. Let me just give you how machine code is. Machine code is kind of difficult. It's, you can't, you cannot even learn it. Of course, you want to become a robot or you want to become something like that. Machine code. For machine language, let me just use machine language. That will be very easy. Yeah. So this is very good of machine. Machine language is a language understood by the computer, just like the way assembly code, but this is a little more different. It's different because machine code is even more tough, like more sophisticated than assembly language. So it's very difficult to understand. It is the only thing that the computer can work with. So it is the only thing that the computer can actually work with. Now when you code your stuff in Python and you run it, you thought it is the code that you typed that run. No, it has been translated by there's a compiler in your code editor. So it has been translated in the editor to the language the computer understands. So it is the language that the computer understands, not the one you type there. So it's very difficult to understand, and it is the only thing that the computer can work with. All language and programming language eventually generate or run program in machine code. You get it? They all get translated. Even C++ get it has compiler too. So if I run my code, if I should go to my PowerPoint and type all this code here, all this damn code here, they are all turning to machine code later on, because computer doesn't really understand this one here. They are all translated by the compiler. Though we can also use C to create compiler itself. Like I said, you can also use C to write direct to the hardware. So they are kind of complex like that. So you can also use C or C++ to write directly to the hardware. It is of a low level and high level. But what I want you to understand is that machine code is the code that the compiler translates for us, for the computer to be able to understand our code. Like now I type print hello world and I click on run and it's run my code for me. It is not the code that you type that run. Though it is the code that you type that run, of course. Of course, but in between this and in between them, there is something in between them that make it easy for computer to understand. It is the compiler, and once it is translated, it is called machine code. So machine code is very difficult for us or for you to understand. In fact, I don't think you can understand, but you can understand it though if you try very hard and learn and passion, and I think this is a very good. Okay, good. Assembler. I don't want to use this one. No. I want to use something real. Yep. This is exactly what I want to use. This is a very good example of machine code. So this thing here is in here. So encoding difference between machine language and binary. So this is actually, there is binary and machine code. They look alike, but they don't worry out. This is exactly what I want you to see. This one here, let me try and save the image here. Okay, good. Okay, well, insert my image again. So where is that stuff? I save it. Of course, this is it. So now this is example of machine code. This code you see here, it will eventually be translated to this place through the help of the compiler. But once you type, it's not the code, it's not this exact code that you type and run. This is not the exact code and run. It translates it to this one for the computer to be able to understand it. Computer does not understand this thing you type there, but it is still programming language. Computer understands this, then you type there. It is this that computer understands. The computer CPU does not understand this one. It understands this one. You get me? Okay, of course. So this is This is a diagram of this is a very good diagram. This is a very good diagram of machine code or machine language. Any one of them you prefer to use. So now let's try and go to the bus. Okay, bus. So this is the bus. This is the bus of everything. Binary. Yeah, binary. Yeah. Binary is the first. Let's see the first. Let's just call it language. Let's just call it so to be able to fit in something. Binary is the first way, or when the first early programmers, the way they only communicate with the computer is through binary formats. If you want to communicate with the computer, you don't know binary is very difficult. Very. You have to learn 00010, and to get hello world, you get to type 00010 stuff. Oh god, I'm gonna know that stuff. Let me try and bring some examples. Okay, good. Okay. Binary code. I don't know this one for hello world. So okay, let me use this one. I am familiar with this one. I'm very familiar with this one. Yeah. Oh, I'm coming. Sorry. Let me select this one. It's trying to tell me something. No, I don't want this one. It's not giving me what I want. Hello. What is hello in binary? I don't want to go to this one. This one will be. If I should go to this, though we treat this one later. But if I should go here, it will be very complicated for you to understand. So I won't go to this part here. And oh god, why is binary so hard? Okay, let me use this one, a very good example. Of course, see every character we have here. Like we have A, we have 0, 1. So let me get the image and so you can see it properly. Save image as. And okay. So this is the machine code, and we have okay, good. We have image, we have picture, we have no, not you. Oh god, this guy is like, where are you? Does it not see? Does it see? Okay, I think I have not saved it when I did there. 4000 before it's saved. Desktop. Or if you guys see, just tell me. If you see it, tell me. And it's not here. What happened? I can't see it. If you can see it, me, I can't see it. Oh god, I cannot see it. Let me save it again. Or it's not in kind of PNG format. PNG. Okay, it's not in PNG format. That's why. And I really like this image. It's very good to stand. See as. Let me change it all and click on yes, and let me go back to PowerPoint. I wish it's going to convert it for me. Doesn't really save again. Doesn't save. Oh, this is, I don't. Let me. I will explain that. I will explain that in the browser. Then. Let me explain this. Let me go to the. Yeah, good. Let me go to this place. Good. Come on, what's wrong with you? So now we have A. So in A in binary format is 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0. What the heck is wrong with you guys? Can't someone come to your blog whatever again? Okay, now we have, let's say hello world. Now we want to print hello world, so let's look for H. Where is H? Oh please. Okay, this H. I'm gonna write 0, 1, 0001000. That's for HO. Let's look for E. So now with 010, so we're gonna type those things out. I don't want to type those, it's gonna take time and I don't have time for typing. I don't want to type that, Jared, please. I'm not typing. So now E, HEL, where's L? L here, this is L here, L again. So all these components of code. So if you write hello word, so we write all this number, we're gonna write it. I'm gonna write this number hello, and if it's E, I'm gonna write this number. If it's L, I'm gonna write this number. So did you get me? That is how binary works. So if you write hello words, I think I'm gonna type this in. I hope you guys understand me. I'll use my code editor, my useless code editor. It's not useless, it's useful. It's not called my code editor useless. So 01, I want to type hello. So now I'm gonna write hello. So how should I make that happen? Okay, let me just say I want to type hello word. So now I'm gonna write EH01 H00111, then E. So let's space it, E. And E is 01. Wait, so am I doing this incorrectly? Okay, I'm doing it correctly. 01000 So that is E. So L is 01 01 00 L1100. So now let me copy this thing and use it again here. And so it remain O. O is 01 00 1111. So that is this thing you are seeing here is brother L. Sorry, it's not correct. This is L. This what you are seeing here is called L. So if we go back, if you choose word, this is what the computer will understand. You guys, computer understand 01. Computer understand English. Only two digits that computer understand. And let's look for word W0. And I'm coming. I think this thing is I'm coming. Yeah. You guys should notice this thing. Be careful. The way capital letter is different from the way small letter is. See, G. I'm coming. A B C D G is different from capital letter. Capital letter G is different from small letter G. The way you number capital letter G is different from the way you number small letter G. So small letter G 011 00111. See capital letter G here. They are different. They are absolutely different. 01. See, they are different. Of course, I'll be using capital letter G instead of. So I was so careless instead. So now this is let's just go to. Let me convert it to capital letter. So I will make error. So E. Sorry. So it is in this format. This is very correct. This is very correct. And if it's not correct, you can correct me, please. I'm not good. Of course, I'll make the video ready. Don't worry. Just try and check it, okay? Just check it out. So now, words. So words. So let's look for W. So W is 01 01 01 0. Sorry, am I here correct? 01 01 01 and 111. Yeah, I think they are different. 111 310. Okay, yeah, good. So now that W is correct. So we have 0. Is it 0 or 2? Zero. Is it 0 or O? Oh my god. What the heck is wrong? So don't worry. 1 0 1 0 0 0 0. We need 1 0. So now remain R, L and D. R, so let's see R is 0 1 0 1 0 0 1 0. So now let's go to L. L is 0 1 0 0 1 1 0 0. So now let's go to the next one, which is D. So D is 0 1 0 0 0 D in 1 0 0. So you guys, I think that I tried. Just clap for me. Good. Let me make this thing. So you can see this clearly, I guess. So now this thing you have here, this is what the computer understands, and the way it understands capital letter is different from the way it understands small letter, like I explained before. So you see, this is exactly what the computer understands, not the code you write. No, that's not the code what the computer understands. They are going to be translated. They are still going to be translated. So did you get me, please? Please get me. So that's binary for you. I think you've seen it yourself. You've seen binary. You see binary. You've seen it yourself. You see this is L word in binary. So you see how this is how the earlier programmers, like the gurus programmers, the ancestors programmers, this is how they code. This is how they code their language. This is how they use their language. This is how they communicate with the computer. Not the way we lazy boys. Of course we are not lazy, of course we are trying, doing our best, we are creating something big. Yeah, so now this is what we of course I hope you actually understand everything about this introduction to programming language before we start coding. So now you have understand the knowledge of human, you understand the knowledge of high level language, you understand the knowledge of C and high level languages, you understand the knowledge of middle, you understand the knowledge of low level and machine language, this machine language, be careful about this stuff. Machine language is what our code translates, like what is being translated to through the help of compiler. Though we're gonna do that in the next class. We're gonna set up our we're gonna set up our IDE. That's the coding environment. We're gonna set it up in the next class. I'm gonna explain that the compiler and the code editors and how they process stuff like that. So we will do this stuff in our next class. So now you understand you understand this machine code, like I said, you understand this binary. This is exactly what the computer understands. Computer understands only just 2 digits, 0 and 1, and everything you see. There was the day I was coming from work and I was going home and I was just imagining, come on, every technology like we have here, they just 2 digits. I just 2 digits, 0 and 1. This computer here, this every dense subject, if you should check depth part of this computer, it's just these 2 digits, 0 and 1. To the very that you get to this very advanced level. So I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. I was just going from home then, I was going and I was just thinking about technology and I was like, wow. So everything is just about 0 and 1. All these banking systems, the airports, the computers, the everything, it's just 0 and 1. I was so amazed. Even in NASA, just 0 and I was so amazed. I was amazed when I was thinking about it. I was just amazed. Alone, I was just smiling. I was amazed. And this is gonna be the end of introduction to programming language, and I hope you have very good understanding about this, and I'm very glad I passed this thing well, and I'm sure it's well. And this is gonna be the end of today's lecture, and in the next lecture we will set up our coding environment. So we set up our coding environment. I will talk about what coding environment is. I will talk about those things in this class and we set it up. So be expecting to start coding from the next class. From expecting to start coding from the next class. So I hope you're good. So thank you very much. Bye. Have a great day, great night, whatever. Bye bye.